Every 3 months, the biggest investors on earth have to show the public what they own. Berkshire's just landed, and it's the first real look at what Buffett's successor is doing with the money. 14 straight quarters, Berkshire sold stock and hoarded cash. Almost $400 billion of it. Greg Abel just ended that. The big bet is Google. $28 billion, 9% of the whole portfolio. So here's the math. Google's at 18 times earnings, the cheapest ratio since 2019. 64 analysts cover it, and every single one says buy. Not one of them say sell. But the targets range from $340 a share to $515 a share, a 51% increase on a $4 trillion company. The targets express chaos. Let's check out the implied volatility structure on today's episode of Options Math Check. So this is a crazy one, pretty big bet indeed. And I think one thing to note is that on the Tastylive platform, you can always look at these kind of under the hood ratios. You can look at the financials. You can even see news that hit certain ticker symbols and really every ticker symbol that's a publicly traded company. But Google, you can see here financials and balance sheet increasing over time, but the ratio is what we're talking about here. The price to earnings, excluding extraordinary items, 17.37, and that is a pretty low multiple, all things considered. So looking at the market cap as well, we've got a 4.22 trillion as of right now in Google. And again, pretty wide ranges of outcomes, although we have all of these analysts saying buy, buy, buy. And if we look at a chart of Google, you can see we're chopping around the lower end of the range that we have traded over the last 6 months or so. So got as high as 400, over 400 for just a brief period of time, and we've sold off since then. So looking at the implied volatility, I think, is always going to be interesting when it comes down to products like Google, because you have low implied volatility, sub 30% implied volatility, and an IV rank of 11 in Google currently. I think these are obviously really low numbers and implied ranges. Anytime you see an equity, especially a Mag 7 stock with sub 30% implied volatility, for me, that screams, if I'm trading this thing, it's more of a diagonal spread, calendar spread setup, or some kind of defined risk trade versus undefined risk, unless you're trying to acquire shares at a lower basis, because these ranges are just really narrow. 20 points of an implied range for the next 32 days feels a little light, all things considered, but that doesn't mean there's not trading opportunities out there. But let's take a look and see if there's anything we can glean in the September cycle, and then we'll look at the end of the year as well. So Google trading at around 345-ish, so the 325 put 20 points out of the money, and the 365 call 20 points out of the money. Seeing some call skew here, which is really interesting. Don't see this every day, but in a product like Google and a product that has a propensity to move to the upside pretty quickly if buyers do start buying, seeing a call skew here is still pretty compelling. I think call skew here doesn't mean the stock is going to go up, but it does benefit those that are trying to build bullish stances, bullish trades on a product like this, because you're collecting 70 cents more for a short option, 20 points out of the money on the upside relative to the downside. So you get better cost basis reduction in that September cycle. And if we look at in the money probability percentages, we've got almost an equivalent skew here in terms of the in the money probability, but seeing a little bit more premium priced on the upside there. So for the bulls out there, I like that as a cost basis reducing factor at the very least. But looking further out to the end of the year, speaking specifically to those ranges, the ranges from 350 to 515-ish, 515 is well outside of the expected move for this year. Only 123 days left before we get to middle of December, which is kind of crazy to think about. But basically a 2 standard deviation, beyond 2 standard deviation range to get Google up to 515. We would need an insane rally in the general market for Google to get up to 515, considering Google is such a strong part of the major indices. So massive rally would be required for Google to get up to 500 this year. But looking at the implied range, 50 points to the upside, that brings us basically back to 400, which is where we met the recent high this year. So $10 option to the upside at 400, about 60 points out of the money. And then you look at like the 280 And you can see we still have call skew, dramatic call skew to the upside by the end of the year here, with a 60-point out of the money option trading for about $4 relative to $9.60 in the near term. So yeah, I think when it comes down to analyzing whether you're playing for an upside or downside move, the market is pricing in an upside move given the call skew. Calls trading for more than twice the value of the put at around an equidistant level. But let's see where it becomes more probable to get that move to 500, let's say. These analysts are saying we can see it. Let's see where we could see it just based on current implied volatility alone. And I think that's another interesting point here, is that current implied volatility in Google is really low with an IV rank of 11, which is compressing the upside ranges and downside ranges all the same. So we would need an increase in implied volatility to get those ranges more probabilistic to the upside. But still, we're probably looking at like the end of next year for a call of 500 or greater. This is still outside of the current implied move. Implied move for December of next year is 110 points, which only brings us up to 450. So we would need a slightly outside the expected move to the upside to get up to 500 and 515 in Google, but 17% probability, one standard deviation, certainly possible by the end of next year, which makes a lot of sense. You need a lot of time for this thing to rally at its current market valuation, and we'd have to get up to a $6 trillion market cap, which would be quite wild. But either way, let me know what you think in the comments below, whether you think Google is going to rally through the year. Maybe we get back to up to 400 and beyond by the end of this year. And if that happens, the probabilities of getting to 500 are certainly going to increase. I think if we get to 400 or around there by the end of this year, 500 will be within the expected move, right? Because we have 100 points right now priced into the end of next year. If we're starting at a $400 price point relative to a $340, the implied volatilities would expand, and with the increasing stock price. So I think we'd have a much more probabilistic curve there if we get a nice rally in Google through the end of the year. But again, let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like this video, subscribe to the Tasty Live channel, and we'll see you on the next episode of Options Math Check.